A happy, blessed, most amazing, phenomenal day. Whatever day you're watching this, may it be so blessed. Listen, I want to welcome you guys back to Kicking It on the Couch. Let's go. This segment right here, listen, before we start, please, if it's your first time, like, share, subscribe, even comment below, hit that notification bell, and I promise you, you're gonna get so much value. If you already been around, like, you know what it is. Like, give me your thoughts and your comments. Hope everything's going good. If you got a lot of things going in the right direction, I want you to comment below. Let's get it cracking. This one right here is definitely, I want to hit this one on the nail. Is having the willpower and the ambition, because a lot of people, I tell you, I've experienced it before. No matter how young or old they are, it's all across the board. I've come across people who don't have the will and ambition to take themselves to the next level, even when, because listen, if you're a firm believer of energy, you'll understand that you'll draw into your life the people, the opportunities, the information that you need to take life to the next level. Because I understand the number one important question is, where do I start? Where do I start? And when you're looking for that where internally, I promise you, it reflects physically. Like I said, it'll either come in the form of people, it'll come in the form of information, it'll come in the form of an opportunity. So that's what you have to be consciously aware of. You got mentally, spiritually, emotionally taking yourself to a whole nother level, awaiting to receive that answer, that you have that answer to your question. And it's like this. Sometimes I do it like this. I come in anybody's life. I choose to be a blessing. I choose to be pure light, because I want them to receive nothing but bountiful goodness, nothing but your purity of raw potential, not just from me, not of me, but for them. Because like, one thing, like, lately I've been reading the 10x rule by Grant Cardone. It's just powerful, especially when he tells you, and you hear it from different authors who are also just powerful, that everyone and anyone can achieve success. Anyone and everyone. It's not limited. There's no shortage of it. Anyone can get this. But do you have the willpower? Do you have the ambition? That right there, that segment right there comes from me. I'm going to tell you right now, because I've seen it across the board. Sometimes when I come into people's lives and we're having amazing, powerful conversations and intellectual conversations, I know this is the type of conversations that they don't have at home. This is the type of conversations that they don't have with their friends. This is the type of conversations that they don't have with their coworkers or colleagues, however you want to look at it. And I do it like this. I will never, and you can quote me on this, I will never let you go with just hearsay or word of mouth. I will always give you information and resources forever, so that you have no excuse whatsoever. Oh, nobody ever told me this. Nobody's ever taught me this. I wish I would have learned this. Like, listen, that's the type of person I am. That's the type of person I choose to deliver to be in these videos. So you have no excuse. And I've seen it, whether they're 20, 22 years old, get the information. And trust me, I take about a week to a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks tops, before I check in and say, hey, how's that? Because listen, you can get these books for free at the library. Some you can listen to on YouTube, or you can buy them they got audio apps. You can buy them at a bookstore. So even when I say you can get it for free, well, you can get it for free on YouTube. Listen to it, and when you're ready, you can buy it, right? So then a week, 2 weeks later, I check in. How's that book? How's the information? Oh, I don't have time, I haven't done this and this and that. And you could tell a lot about a person's conversation. You could tell a lot about them, but what comes out of their mouth. And I tell you, all you hear is excuses. excuses, and truly internally, energy wise, you could tell they ain't got no ambition, no willpower to even take the time. We got 24 hours in the day, people. Most people sleep to 7 to 8 hours a day. Some people work 8 to 10 hours. You know what I'm saying? You do the math. There's plenty of time. Plenty of time. There is no shortage. Remember, no shortage of success, no shortage of time, because as long as you're living and breathing, you're healthy, you got time. You know what I'm saying? You got to really evaluate what's distracting you, what's not important. You got to prioritize. Okay, so then, well, like I said, when you hear out the amount, all you hear is excuses, complaining, and distractions. And I'm like, and like I like to say this before, you can imagine what goes on in the back of my mind. It's like a fucking comedy show, I promise you. It's hilarious. And the same thing with older people. It's, you see life beat the hell out of them into complete submission, whether they're 30, 40, 50. I was like, yo, even 60-year-olds, like, 60-year-olds, they cling to, oh, I'm about to almost be retired, and retire off a pension, a 401k, their savings account. And like I said, the conversations you have with these people, you'll understand their daily lives, and it's like, really? But you won't have the willpower or the ambition. I want to emphasize this throughout the video so you can understand it comes from you to succeed. And especially 30 years old, 30, 40-year-olds, like, yo, I've seen people who work 2 jobs and are dead tired. And I said, yo, how long do you want to live like that? How long? I don't have time, man. I barely had 4 hours of sleep. How long? How long do you want to live like that? Ask yourself. Oh, I don't got the money, man. Bills and it. How long do you want to live like? How long are you going to let bills control you? You understand? How long? Because apparently the universe or God, however you want to look at it, put this person in front of you to give you information to help you take you to the next level. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily have to be through our industry. Yes, I have the opportunity, we have the opportunity, but self-education can come all around. You can get it from all around. You know what I'm saying? It comes from people, it comes from information, and it comes from opportunities. Keep those 3 in mind always when you have an open mind. You understand? So then, yo, I tell them, I'm like, bro, how old are you? You're like 33 years old, 40 something years old. Do you want the next 10 years to be like that? You want to be living the way you are. If you're 33, you want to be living the way you are at 43, 53. If you're 40 something, you want the next, you know what I'm saying, you want the next couple of years to be the way they are. Like, and damn well know that you have no other solution. You're living by a vicious cycle. Why? Because that's all you were brought up to learn. That's all you were brought up to know, which is understandable. But when there's a solution in front of you, whether it's an information, whether it's through a person, whether it's through an opportunity, then you got no excuse. No excuse. I have people who are like, oh, I didn't have time. You know, me and my wife was smoking and da 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 da, and just chilling, listening to music. So I'm like, wait a second. Why don't you guys smoke and listen to a book? You get what I'm saying? Like, that could have empowered both of you, but y'all wanted to waste time listening to music and just waste time. Oh, but you don't have time? I'm telling you, you hear it all across. And these young cats, even with these young cats, it's like you're speaking another language to them. They don't understand. Like, what? When you tell them, look, you can make 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 50 grand a month. The only catch is that you have to self-educate yourself. You have to read books, listen to books, dive into information that's going to take you to the next level. That's the catch. That's the catch. But if you're not willing to learn, go ahead. I've seen people, they're slaving away for chump change, and they're young and they have the potential to dramatically shift their whole life. But because they're programming, how their parents were brought up, how their grandparents were brought up, all they were taught by society and their and life structure. That's all they know. That's all they know. So they're scared, which brings me back to one more key point. The acronym to fear is false evidence appearing real. My saying to that, because that's so true. People don't do anything. They don't evolve or expand because of fear. They get comfortable in their little box and they're like, this is all I know. I'm okay right here and right here. But it's a respectable thing if you're not bitching and moaning about your life and current situations and current circumstances. See, when I see a person who's comfortable in their box and they're not complaining or bitching and moaning about this, that, and the third, okay, I respect that. You're in your comfortable box. That's understandable. But when you're complaining, pissing and moaning about, oh, it's not enough. I need that. I'm handling all this pressure, this, that, and the third. Like, you got no excuse. You have no excuse. Okay, so fear is what holds people back. Fear from learning, fear from taking a chance, fear from opportunity. Like, life in general is a chance. It really is. When you go to an interview for a job, there's a chance you might get hired or not. You understand? There's a chance that if you don't get educated, self-educated, that you're gonna be stuck where you are because you refuse to grow. There's information out there that you don't listen. Key thing, people don't know what they don't know until they find out. Okay, so it's all it is. I hope this helps. I promise you, take all this into consideration and start to reevaluate yourself, your internal self, and really think about what you're doing, how you're approaching life. Stop being the victim. Start taking action. All right, keep an open mind. Start meditating one way or another. You can meditate while you're in the shower. You can meditate while you do dishes. You can meditate while you're listening to music. But start doing something that's going to allow your consciousness to hit another level of awareness so you don't pass on opportunities repeatedly. What's the acronym to POUR? Pass on opportunities repeatedly. Remember, being broke is a temporary situation. Being poor is a choice. You have the choice. You have the power. I love y'all all across the board. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, and pass it on and pay it forward. All across the board, I hope to see y'all soon. God bless. Peace.